Hello and welcome to November's Flicks, the film and event magazine programme brought to you by Picturehouse Cinemas. First up, from France, an epic tale of the unlikeliest romance. Argo, Ben Affleck directs, stars and superbly pulls off a based-on-true story thriller and comedy. The Master, another masterpiece from writer-director Paul Thomas Anderson of There Will Be Blood, Philip Seymour Hoffman stars. SIGHTSEERS, a caravanning trip that inadvertently turns into a mass murder killing spree, like they do. And finally, a roundup of Picturehouse news and events in Flicks Picks. Rust and Bone is directed by Jacques Audiard, The Prophet and The Beat That My Heart Skipped, two of France's most acclaimed films of the last 10 years. Starring Marion Cotillard and Matthias Sonneerts, it has been almost universally acclaimed as a formidable romantic epic with a quite extraordinary storyline. Ali, a single father and a nightclub bouncer, meets Stephanie, a killer whale trainer, and gives her his number. The unlikeliest of friendships is struck up between them, however, when Stephanie is involved in a horrific accident that leaves her paralysed. Ali is a simple and life-loving man who reignites Stephanie's will to live through a tough, hard-earned and unsympathetic love. Cotillard has proven herself an exceptional actress time and time again, and this is no exception. Argo is the quite mind-bendingly true story of US diplomatic staff stuck in hiding in Iran in 1980 following the storming of the embassy there.
Actions of Iran have shocked the civilized world.
A CIA agent, played by Ben Affleck, comes up with the most harebrained, so crazy it might just work plan to get them out. He enlists the help of Hollywood in making a fake movie in Iran. As the producer he hires to do the job says, if I'm going to do a fake movie, it's going to be the best fake movie ever. Hilarity ensues as John Goodman and Alan Arkin riff fabulous. But this is basically a really sound and proper thriller with real lives at real risk. Ben Affleck, Hollywood heartthrob turned mature and innovative director.
You're asking us to trust you with our lives.
This is what I do, and I've never left anyone behind. I'm responsible.
You really believe your little story is going to make a difference when there's a gun to our heads?
I think my little story is the only thing between you and a gun to your head.
The Master, from director Paul Thomas Anderson, whose excellent oeuvre already includes There Will Be Blood, Magnolia and Boogie Nights, will both enthrall and challenge the intelligent and serious cinema fan. Philip Seymour Hoffman plays the master of the cause, a fictitious post-war American cult that does not in any way bear any similarity to L. Ron Hubbard and Scientology. Nothing. Got that? Joaquin Phoenix plays a veteran naval man, lost and purposeless on his return home, and Amy Adams plays Seymour Hoffman's wife with all the quiet conviction of only the truly insane. What to make of this film? Beautifully filmed, brilliantly acted. Are there any answers? Are there ever in this director's films? And does there need to be? The curious and the clever will want to find out.
I don't believe you. You make this up. I know you're trying to calm me down, but just say something that's true!
Are you thoughtless in your remarks? Do your past failures bother you? Is your life a struggle? Is your behavior erratic? What are you running from?
He's dangerous. And he will be our undoing if we continue to have him here.
If we are not helping him, then it is we who have failed him.
Perhaps he's past help. Or insane.
SIGHTSEERS is from the brilliant Billericay-born, now Brighton-based director Ben Wheatley, Kill List, and is produced by the also very brilliant Edgar Wright, Shaun of the Dead.
Show me your world, Chris.
Well, I thought we'd start with Crouch Tram Museum.
Great.
This is a very black comedy thriller, starring its writers Alice Lowe and Steve Oram as Chris and Tina. Tina has led a sheltered life and is completely dominated by her awful mother, and Chris is her new boyfriend, who is keen to show her his favourite sights on a caravan tour of the country. It doesn't take long for Chris to reveal himself as not being particularly tolerant of people who rub him up the wrong way. And Tina, just being thrilled to be away from her horrific mother and having great sex, goes along with his particular style of revenge. Murder. My favourite line, he's not a person, he's a Daily Mail reader.
Everyone else seems to find it so easy to express themselves. I mean, even you've got your knitting. Have you had a nice holiday?
Yeah, had a brilliant holiday.
Fuck you!
Flix Picks, my roundup of screenings and events during November across the Picturehouse Group. On Sunday the 10th of November, The Tempest, live from the New York Metropolitan Opera. Director Robert Lepage recreates the interior of 18th century La Scala, including the hidden workings underneath the stage where Prospero, the banished Duke of Milan, practices his otherworldly arts. Our Discover Tuesday strand has some really great films this November. First up, an important and often heartbreaking documentary, Call Me Kuchu, follows Uganda's first openly gay man, David Kato, as he leads a small band of activists in fighting for their right to exist amongst a public baying for blood. An alarming, astonishing film with access to those on both sides of the trenches. Happy Happy, the debut comedy feature from Norwegian director Anne Sawitsky, is set in a snow-capped rural outpost in Norway, where Cage's domestic life is rocked by the arrival of new neighbours. The Lives of Others director Christian Petzold's latest film Barbara is set in 1980s East Germany. The titular Barbara, a paediatrician who applies for a visa to visit her lover in the West, ends up exiled to a remote hospital on the Baltic coast, and the cruel, suspicious Stasi are all around. Finally, Keep the Lights On is American Jewish filmmaker Ira Sachs's feature about falling hard in love, sex and addiction. It has firmly nestled itself amongst the much-lauded new wave of realist queer cinema that has been hitting art houses worldwide. A little heads up about some exciting Picturehouse news. In December, we'll be opening a second venue in Brighton. The Dukes at Comedia will be a 2-screen venue in Brighton's cultural hub, the North Lane. For more information, follow Dukes at Comedia on Twitter and Facebook. Flix has been following local artist Jamie McCartney as he builds the iconic can-can legs for the roof. Here is a little slice of the process so far.
I'm Jamie McCartney and I'm making a big pair of legs, can-can legs, for the new Dukes at Comedia. We're basically going to start by cutting the legs out of these big blocks of polystyrene. 1, 2, 19.
Okay, well we're just taking the polystyrene legs up to Dukes at Comedia now, so we can test fit them, make sure everything's fine, they're the right angle and the right shape.
I like that better because actually now it's more away from the signage. It's just more prominent.
We will have more footage in December as the legs are completed. That's it for this month. Keep up to date, as always, on our Facebook and Twitter pages, and there's a host of top-notch movie news and reviews on the Picturehouse podcast to be found at our website. Enjoy a movie-packed month, and I will see you with festive spirits in December.